It's time now to have a look at the French newspapers. All eyes on the French president, in fact. François Hollande is beginning a two-day visit to Algeria. Florence has got the latest from the papers.
That's right. It's his first official visit as president, and according to 20 Minutes, it's a trip that he can't afford to mess up. Un voyage à ne pas rater, says 20 Minutes. Now, you see a photo there of his host, counterpart Abdelaziz Bouteflika. And this visit is going to be delicate, according to 20 Minutes. He's going to have to tread cautiously. And the main reason, of course, is the touchy subject of France's past, because Algeria was a French colony from 1830 until 1962, and relations between the two have often been tense since.
Yeah, left-leaning Daily Libération's focusing on that, isn't it? Will Hollande be able to heal the wounds of the past?
That's right. Libération calls it la dictature de la mémoire, so the dictatorship of memory. And it says in Libération that it's as if France and Algeria haven't been able to go down the path of reconciliation. And it's strange because France and Germany managed to do it after 3 wars and millions of dead people. But according to Libération, it's a very controversial topic, this topic of not only colonization, but of course, the very messy, very violent independence war of Algeria. And France has been criticized for not recognizing its bloody history. And according to Libération, a lot of this is also due to some latent racism in France with respect to Algeria. And in their editorial, Libération really hopes that Hollande's visit will be a way for the two countries to bury the hatchet. And if they can't bury the hatchet, at least maybe put aside some of the resentment between the two, maybe soothe what they call the burns of history.
Okay, let's have a look at the communist newspaper L'Humanité. They're hoping Hollande will address France's dark history during this trip.
That's right. They say that une nouvelle page doit s'écrire. We have to write a new chapter, says the communist newspaper. And they wonder, will Hollande be able to seize this chance to reboot relations with Algeria? In France, we talk about the devoir de mémoire, the duty to memory. And L'Humanité says this is not just a question of duty, it's a question of honor for France. We have to finally recognize the crimes that were committed in Algeria, what L'Humanité calls the dirty war that France carried out there. And they say that this is a necessary condition so that the relationship between France and Algeria will at least become one of equality.
Okay, well, it's not all about the past. It's also about the future, of course, of French-Algerian relations.
That's right. Aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien says it's business time, l'heure du business. Now, it doesn't even mention the whole memory, history aspect of things. It says that the real focus of Hollande's trip is going to be business ties, because Algeria is France's third most important trading partner, and trade will be at the heart of the discussions. Now, Le Parisien says this will be a way to maybe turn the page, and all the ingredients are there, and France needs Algeria more than ever given the crisis. Now, not only is there Algeria's oil, but there's a huge market for France because of Algeria's population, 36 million people. And there's a funny cartoon today in Le Parisien that points out just how important this is for France. And you see there, Hollande is talking to Bouteflika. He says, hey, do you want to buy some of our marinière? Marinière is that very famous French stripy shirt. No, there's a more serious graphic in the business daily Les Echos, which points out just how important ties are between France and Algeria. Now, France is Algeria's primary supplier, but it's only Algeria's 4th client. So you can bet that Hollande wants to change this. He's traveling today with a delegation of 35 business owners to hopefully sign some lucrative deals.
Okay, now Florence has also pulled out one other story which is completely different. This is the Christian newspaper Le Croix. They did mention this yesterday, but they're focusing on a topic getting a lot of attention in the French press. It's the controversial debate on euthanasia.
That's right. Le Croix says we're going towards a new law on the end of life today. Hollande yesterday says that he wants to present a bill to Parliament in June, and he's asked the French Ethical Council to look into the conditions and the methods to ensure that somebody who's terminally ill and who wishes to do so would be able to terminate their life. Now, Le Figaro goes even further and says that Hollande wants a law on euthanasia and assisted suicide. Now, Hollande never pronounced the words euthanasia or assisted suicide. So Le Figaro seems to be reading in between the lines here. But they say that in their editorial, they liken this to opening Pandora's box. And they say, first of all, Hollande wants to push through gay marriage. He wants to push through euthanasia. What is his government going to do next?
Florence, thanks very much. That's Florence Humano with her look at the French newspapers here on France 24.